we go. Hello, this is Tammy, the president of Fun and Adventure at Singles Travel International. And tonight I am presenting and getting to know our members who are on the Cigars, Salsa, and Culture in Cuba, just around the corner in the beginning of March. We're all pretty excited, and we'll be going over the steps to prepare for this trip. It is such a unique destination, and in many ways, there are some extra steps that we have to take in order to be able to visit a communist country. Even though it's right off of our shores, we have to be ready to enter a place that's restricted in many ways, to be prepared, to have the right mindset, and to have all of our paperwork in order. So I'm going to start going through the steps that our members will need to take, and I'll be taking some questions as we go. So I'm all ears for all of you. I want to make sure you're comfortable and that you're ready, you're feeling ready to go. So you would have received an email in your inbox that said your final vacation details and meetup information for this trip is ready. You clicked on the link and you were opening up to a document. If you didn't, and you're watching the video and you're on the trip and you're practicing or getting ready, the other way to find the document is to come to the trip page, which is on our website. And so I've already navigated to the trip page. On the left navigation bar, it says your travel document. So everybody can see that there on the left-hand side in blue. When you click it, it opens up this document. So I'm just going to go start with this document. We'll go in order, page by page, and taking questions. And please don't be shy. So the very first section really just confirms that we've received all of your documentation. So thank you, everybody, for doing that, filling out the extra forms so that we are able to comply with your visit to Cuba. So the next page is a little bit of a checklist, and we always do this at Singles Travel International. We have a checklist of everything you need to do in that last 3 weeks to get ready for your trip. So we'll go over that. And I'm going to start from the beginning. Everybody should have a passport that's valid for at least 6 months after you return. So we return on March 9th. So you should have a passport that's good until April, May, June, July, August, September, till September 9th. So please double check. You have to have that. There's still a little time if you don't, but that was listed on our frequently asked questions page. And so just to reiterate, now is the time to double check. We also engage with all of you for insurance, and there are some minimums. On point number 2, you have to have insurance to enter Cuba. We have been doing trips to Cuba for years, and you may have to use that. It should be a policy that is eligible for treatment in Cuba. I know Catherine has spoken to all of you, so I know that everybody's in good shape there, so I won't belabor that. You all received in the mail a Cuban visa. And before we finish tonight, I'm going to have you take those out, and we're going to go ahead and look at those and go over the process to complete the visa. It's very simple. And then we had everybody complete a fit and willing to travel commitment, because we want to know what flights you're on, which we have right now. We wanted to know also that you're agreeing to traveling in a group, that you're going to be respectful to the other members in the group, that you will follow our leader in Cuba. Her name is Carla Salas Perez. She is a Cuban citizen and a wonderful and knowledgeable tour guide. She speaks excellent English. She has the best connections, and you guys are going to benefit from that because she knows everybody in Cuba. So from the best classic cars to the best seats at the Tropicana, Carla is amazing. So, and we also ask you to fill out a couple of things about the trip that you're looking forward to. Why do you want to do this trip? What is it that inspired you? to visit Cuba so that she can take a look and make sure that if there's something that is really special for you. On our last trip, for example, we had a member who was born in Cuba. She left at the age of 14 and she was returning for the very first time in almost 50 years with us. And it was a life-changing experience for her. Carla helped her with that. So you probably already filled out your fit and willing to travel, but if you didn't and if there's anything that you want us to share with Carla, just let us know. We also put her telephone number in here. We want everybody to, if you don't have a WhatsApp account, we encourage you to sign up for WhatsApp and to put Carla in as your contact so that you're able to connect with her. And being on the internet in Cuba is a little weird. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. The last thing, I think this is really important. This is a form that everybody has to fill out, and you may get hung up at the airport in the United States if you don't fill out this form. So in our letter here, there's a link. I'm just going to go ahead and click on it for a minute so you can see what it looks like. And usually, although this is not happening right now, you get on your Google, you should get a translate. Here it is, translate. So did you see, I don't know if you guys saw this, but in the upper right-hand corner of my Chrome, I clicked on this and I went down to translate and I'm able to choose English. So there you go. So now this site is in English for me. And so you're going to go ahead and click create form and go ahead and fill this out and print it out. Even though they say once you submit it digitally, you may not need it, but I would just recommend that you print it out and bring it with you.
I have a questions.
Yes.
About this form. It says visit or turismo. So which one I'm clicking on?
I don't understand your question exactly. So is this the site that you were on?
Yeah, I was on it. I tried it, and they were saying like for work, that's for sure not. And then it's like saying a visit or for the next site, or the next one.
Okay,
so don't pick the tourist. That's the thing, is pick the visit.
The visit, yeah. So that I was not sure what I have to click on.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Tom. Okay.
By the way, I'm having trouble with the date on this, and the form does not work for me.
Yeah, you know what? It's 48 hours before the flight. I figured that out because I had the same problem. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. It is 48 hours beforehand.
Yeah, so I was like working on it 2 days, and I'm like, till I figured out it's 48 hours before the flight. So.
Okay, I'm going to make a note about that.
It's visit. It's the visit, not tourism. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys.
Sure, and I
you.
have the question is, which province are we in?
Okay, you're in Havana. So
Havana wasn't an option.
it wasn't an option. Okay.
Yeah, because that's a city, that's not the province.
I know it's a city, but I felt like the last time we filled these out, it was a province. So here, hold on 1 second. Let's do this. Province for Havana. See, it's called La Havana Province. Did you see La Havana?
I'll look again. I may have missed it.
Yes, and you know what? I'm sorry because I mean, we say Havana, they say La Havana. So you should be able to find province La Havana.
Got it.
Okay, and then if you don't, let me know. But that's what it should be.
Good, thank you.
Great questions, no problem. So we're talking about the de viajeros form, filling it out 2 days before you go. Province came up, which we're saying is La Havana, Habana. And anything else that came up for you guys?
No, I didn't go farther than the second page, so I don't know what is coming up. So
okay,
and I haven't done it at all.
so
I was waiting.
when you guys do this, so this is going to be, I'm just looking at my calendar, it would be, you're leaving on March 2nd. So so on Thursday, the 29th,
Oh, I won't even be.
when
Okay,
you
I won't
try to
even
log,
be here.
what?
No, I won't be here that day. I'm gonna be out of town for 2 days, the 28th and 29th.
You're,
Does it have to be 2 days before? Can it be before that or after?
no, it cannot be before that. You can do it the morning you leave.
I
That's
can
fine.
do it though the day before on the 1st, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And so what I was gonna say on the 1st of March is a Friday, we're open, and Catherine on my team, she helped other members on the last trip, and she's fluent in Spanish. So my recommendation is if you have any problem at all, that you call the toll-free number 877-765-6874 and press 708. So if everybody could just jot down 708, you're going to get Catherine and she will help you with this.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, it's really important because we had some calls the last trip, members at the airport, and they were all required to present it. So we want to make sure if you have it the day before, that's going to be wonderful. Okay, so the next thing, and Kimberly put a note in here, you may be denied boarding. We did have somebody that happened to, so just, take it seriously. Robbie, I know you're busy. Please do it on Friday. Okay, so, emergency contact. So I'm going to talk about internet while you get there, and then on the way, if there's an emergency, if you're delayed. If you're delayed, you're traveling on a Saturday. So if you're delayed, we are going to, ask you to call our toll-free number, which is here. It's on page 2, 877 solo trip, which is 877-765-6874. I think everybody should make a contact with our toll-free number, put it in there, and also make a contact with Carla. And her number's on the first page, and I'll go back in a minute. Have those readily available, because if you have an emergency and you can't, we're going to be there for you. But if you have to find the number, that's going to be stressful. So put our numbers in your contacts and then just call us. Press 0, even though it's a Saturday. The thing is that we will call you back. As soon as we hear the message, Catherine will be on duty that day and she will pick up the phone. She will also be in contact with Carla, who's in Cuba. And the best way to reach Carla is using WhatsApp. So I think a little bit later here, I'm gonna go down and I'll come back up. We had asked you to add WhatsApp to your, I think we did, we should have here. I don't see that, my gosh, okay. Well, I'm going to add this to your,
Tammy,
yes,
it's on page 5.
thank you. Thank you very much. We usually have it and I didn't see it, okay. So I don't see it on page 5, okay,
There
so
you go.
yes, this is Carla's number.
Mhm.
But usually we put in the letter how to download WhatsApp because some people don't actually use it. But does everybody here have WhatsApp?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, wonderful. So when you get a chance, put Carla's number in there. And when you do WhatsApp, you have to choose the country with your contact. So if is everybody familiar with that?
No, but
Yeah, no, I will figure it out too. Yeah.
Is
Okay, so
Carla's,
I've
I can-
always added the number after I got into the country, so that's why I don't know what to do
Okay,
if I do it.
I'm gonna show you
beforehand.
guys right now. Give me a second. I'm gonna stop share for a sec. And let me share my screen. I'm gonna share my iPhone. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do this, so. Give me a second. Okay. So, whoops, sorry about that. Okay, so now. I'm inside
That's all.
WhatsApp, okay, guys? So can you see this little phone image?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I would add, like, you're gonna put in the first name box. So what I did is I went into WhatsApp. Here, let me cancel. Hold on a second. Let me show you what I did. So I went into my WhatsApp and I hit the plus sign, right? I don't want to go fast. So I went in, I hit the plus in the upper right-hand corner and new contact. And then I would put in Carla. And you can call her Salas Perez, or you can say Carla Cuba, whatever you want, right? Then I'm going to
Salas
go down here and under the phone, I'm changing this. I'm going to search and I'm going to do Cuba. Oops.
Oh, okay.
And there you go. I'm choosing Cuba. And now I'm able to add her number, which, let me move this over a little bit, is 535
Okay.
254-0556. Then I go ahead and save that. I already have her, so I won't save it. But in the upper right-hand corner, you see there's a save button here. And you just hit save, okay? And that's how you add somebody with the Cuba. That way, when it dials or you text, it's going to be correct. If you don't put the Cuba in there and you try to do it USA, it won't work.
Oh,
Any questions about that?
No, so far good.
Okay, so
Yes.
now that we've done that, I'm going to tell you the following. Let me stop share for a second, reshare. So when you get to Cuba, you're not going to have internet access right away. So that's why if you have any delays, we need you to call our office while you're in the United States. So if your flight, you get to the airport, most of you have one connection, some of you don't have one. But if you're delayed, just go ahead and give us a call on the 877 solo trip and the 0, so that Catherine takes your information and then she's going to WhatsApp message to Carla. You can WhatsApp, you know what, and you can also WhatsApp Carla from the USA. The reason why it's important for you to tell either us or Carla from the USA is because the minute you landing in Cuba, you're not going to have internet. Period. I know it's hard to believe, it's mind-blowing, but you're not going to have it. Well, we have transfers available. They're going to be looking for you. They're going to have a singles travel sign when you come out of the airport after immigration and customs. You'll see our driver, and the driver will take you to the accommodations. Once you get to the accommodations, Carla will meet you all according to the itinerary, and she will help you figure out how to get onto the internet. Okay, so there's usually a little like an internet card that she provides. You have to pay a little bit of money for it. It's not very much. And then you have access to the internet, but that's the only way to do it. So none of the companies that we use here in the USA have service over there in Cuba, and most of the Cubans don't have service. It's a communist country. So we'll talk about that a little bit because it's different.
That's interesting. That's interesting because T-Mobile told me they had access to Cuba.
You might be able to get access to your phone when you get there, but it won't be so simple as just turning on your phone. You're still going to have to,
Right.
yeah.
Yes.
So, but Carla is well versed on all of that, and she will help you get connected.
Tammy, it's Lee. Is it worth it getting a SIM card if the internet is spotty all over the place?
They don't have SIM cards, Lee.
Okay. Is it worth it getting whatever that data package is that Carla will help us with?
Right. It'll be, yes, if you want to post or be on social media or do anything on the internet, you'll have to participate in whatever the programs are available in Cuba when you get there.
Hey, Tammy, this is Tom. I understand you can buy a SIM card in Cuba that you can put into your phone.
Well, I'm not familiar with that. And I don't think that as US citizens, we're able to do that. But
Okay,
Carla will give you the latest. If there's something that has been updated, she will give you the latest when you get there.
okay.
As far as the last group that we had, there were no SIM cards. And after our meeting tonight, I'll text her with some of the questions. So if I have an answer to some of these before you go, I'll go ahead and send everybody an email tonight because I'm recording this. So I'll send the recording to everybody and I will answer the questions that you guys are posing tonight that I haven't been able to answer. Sound
Sure.
good?
Well, just to let you know, I've already bought one that I'm supposed to pick up at the airport, and now we'll find out if it actually works.
Thanks, Tom. Yes, you'll be. Thank you. I mean, it's a kind of a place that you're going to be fascinated because it's communist. It's right off of our shores, yet it's not, it in so
It's
many
a
ways.
different world.
In so many ways, they're making it work. The Cubans are the most resourceful people I've ever met, and I've been around the world, and they just make it work. And they're so friendly and they're so happy, and they are so restricted compared to us. And so I am just praying and hoping every day that they get a reprieve. But I know that the leadership there is definitely nothing like, I mean, we complain about ours, but it's definitely an oppressive government. You will talk to people. They will share with you their thoughts on what's going on. They're going to do it in a guarded way because everybody in every neighborhood, there are watchers. So, but I have been able to ask questions like where you're staying. You're going to be in these private homes, and you have a woman that'll come in every morning and make breakfast for you, and she'll clean up for you. And I've spoken to them, and people are they're just people. They're just like us, and yet they're living in a place that is so totally different than the United States. So I hope someday that they have the chance to have. I have to be careful because I am recording this here. Just some leadership that is really healthy for people, and we don't know what's going to be. So in the meantime, we're going to go. We have to be respectful. We are, even though we're Americans, right? We're so used to getting whatever we want, and we have rights. But you guys, you don't in Cuba. So just be mindful of that. You try. I mean, how do I say this? Because I mean, we try to do everything to accommodate you, but just being demanding and assertive isn't going to work as a communist country, and they have their rules, right? So Carla's amazing. She's very accommodating. She's a wonderful leader, and I'm sure you're going to have a great time. And I hope nothing happens, but things may happen in Cuba, and it's not like you can just resolve it easily always. So you just go with the flow, kick back, let her take care of it, and just go with whatever happens, right? So that's all I can say. We've had
Tammy,
yeah.
this is Robbie. I was just going to say I was in Laos and in Cambodia last year, and they're both communist countries, and if they pretty much have their freedom as long as you don't talk about the government, you keep about the government. So I know it's a little more restrictive in Cuba, but it's going to be very similar. We cannot talk about the government when we get there because they have eyes and ears everywhere.
That's right. But Carla will give you the skinny when she knows she can. She'll give you the skinny. You guys are going to adore her. She's really, really fantastic. So, all right. So you guys have now Carla's information. You have our information in your contacts. Please let us know if there's any changes. You've got Carla. You are able to, and by the way, now that you have her built into WhatsApp, you're welcome to say hello. like, hi, my name's Tom, my name's Lee, I'm coming to see you in a couple weeks, I can't wait. If you have any questions, she's happy to answer, she's amazing. And then that day, either call us or I mean, I would love that you let us know as well if there's a big change and we can contact, because sometimes you're in a hurry and you're rushing to a gate. Just let us know and we'll contact Carla for you. They're also monitoring your inbound flights, so they know what your delays are. I had mentioned here just to pack, right here under delayed luggage. We had a lady on the last trip, her luggage never came. So that's why I added this. And the thing was that it took, even though we were in contact with Delta Airlines, it took 5 days to get her luggage to her. And then you have to show up in person. They can't give it to a courier company to send to you. So by the time she was in Trinidad, the bag arrived in Havana, but it was too late. So she got the bag on departure, because in Cuba, you have to show up with your passport. So that's why I'm just suggesting, we've done many, that was the first time in, I don't know, maybe 10 tours that somebody's bag was lost. But I just kind of recommend that you bring maybe just another set of clothes in your carry-on bag and your toiletries if you're able, so that in case your bag gets lost, you have a little extra.
Yep. I have a question, because you said that you give the address of the where we are staying, so I didn't see that anywhere. So I don't
Okay.
know.
Did you need that for something, Rita?
No, it's only for me, like only in case something happens, so at least I know where to go. Maybe I can find my way there.
Okay, I'm
It's
going to
only
get that
like
from
a-
Carla. Let me get that. That's a great
Yeah.
question. We should give it to you by now, but I
Yeah,
see.
so it's only like for me, so the first time that I'm travel with a group and I'm not doing my own things, so
Yes.
it's like, it's always
No, I fully understand, and actually we should and could have put it in here, so we'll definitely do that.
okay.
I will
Oh,
include in the follow-up, I'll include the address. And now you're
Okay.
in 2 different places. So the guys are in one and the ladies are in
Mhm.
another one. So I'll get both addresses.
Okay,
Oh,
thank
okay.
you.
That's what my question was going to be. I didn't think we were going to be in the same place, but all
Yeah.
the women will be together.
Yes.
That'll be good.
And
Yeah.
everybody has their own
Okay.
bathroom, your own room and your own bathroom. So it's like a 4-bedroom condo. And
Nice.
the guys have like
Oh, okay.
actually, I think it's a little bigger because we thought we would have 10 people. So we booked the space, so you might even have extra room. But in any case, everyone has their own room and your own bathroom. You just have a shared space, and then you have a woman that will take care of you and come in every morning, make coffee, breakfast, and clean. And so you share the common like the dining area together, and there'll be probably like a living room area, and each of you have your own separate room.
Tammy,
Okay.
how safe is it to keep money in the guest house when we're not there?
Gosh. So
I wouldn't.
well, you have to bring cash, right? So
Exactly.
right. So because it's a cash society. The thing about my experience with Cuba, it's an extremely punitive society. They get thrown in jail for just about anything. They're so compliant and so law abiding, and they value their jobs, especially in tourism. So I think it's safe to keep it in there. But I'll ask Carla, since you bring up the question. You might have safes in the rooms. They're all different. I mean, the last time I was there, I think I had one in my individual room. I'll ask her to tell us what she has to say about that. Would that be okay?
Thank you. Yes. I assume that since you're doing business with them, you know them well, etc. But I just wanted to double check.
No, it's okay, because we don't always use the same guest house every time. So I don't know if they have the safes in the room or not. And so I'll check with her. And well, again, so far we haven't had an incident. Here's a little story. I'll tell a quick story, but probably the second time I went to Cuba, I was at the market right in Havana where the ship, because we were on a cruise ship that time. And it's a big marketplace, and they sell artwork and all kinds of things. And so I went to the back and I was looking over the water, and I had my bag with my passport and my money in it. And somebody started speaking to me, and I speak Spanish. So they said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Oh, I'm from Florida." And in a minute, I heard Florida, and a band formed around me, like an entire band with drums, trumpet. It was hilarious. It was like, oh my God, this is so great. So now they're playing, and they gave someone hand me a maraca. I'm dancing, having a good time. And I was having such a good time that I said, I don't even care if they steal my purse. I honestly don't care. This is so great. That's me. But I'd love to get into the culture. So I put my bag down with my passport, with my money, and I'm dancing and I'm looking around, and I see a teenage boy, and sorry, I was kind of judging that. I'm like, okay, here's where they come and steal my purse, right? Nobody took a thing. More and more people gathered around, more and more people, they're dancing, they're singing, nothing happened. And so, that's just one of my first experiences of how there's such a vibrant group of people. There's so little crime because they get really creamed. If they steal, they're going to jail, and it's not pleasant. So anyway, that's my little story. I will check with Carla. I promise to get back to you guys on what her recommendation is for that. And I think that you will see that they're very, very peaceful and law abiding people.
Okay, while we're talking about money, do we have to have Cuban money? Do they take American, and do
No.
they take credit cards?
No credit cards at all. So let me move
Okay.
down to that section. So here's your itinerary. You all have that. Just keep in mind, it is subject to change. You have to roll with the punches. We haven't had any problems. Most everything has gone according to plan. And I do want to say this to you guys, that if you have a need to change, if the scheduled event for the day is not amenable to what you want to do, Carla will help you. You have to pay extra. You have to pay for whatever services you need. So it's pretty comprehensive. You shouldn't have to go off program, but sometimes people have a different idea. And if you do, she's happy to help you, but you're going to have to pay for whatever services you decide to do that's off the tour program. Does that make
Yeah,
sense? Okay. Here's the thing. She's Cuban. She's not going to ask you. So please be respectful about that. Just, whatever you end up doing that's different, she'll let you know, and make sure you take care of her in that way. Because it really is, they're very, very accommodating. They're lovely people. And it's almost a point of shame for them to ask people for money. So you're going to love her, right? I'm sure most of you guys will do the program, but just in case that comes up. Let me get to the money. Yep.
Can I ask you about the horseback riding? The first one, I can choose the wine tasting, but on the second one, there's no opportunity, and I'm not really for horseback riding. So
For the horseback riding. Okay, so
Yep.
so I think we talked about this too, Rita. I remember that. So I will email Carla and let her know that you're not interested in that. And
No,
by
I'm
that time, you'll have all been with her for long enough, and she's going to accommodate the group whatever way she can. So if everybody wants to horseback ride but you, then you can do something different. Maybe
okay.
more people don't want to do the horseback ride. It shouldn't be a problem, but I'm going to ask her now, if one person doesn't want to horseback ride, we already talked about options. I know she has options ready. So I'll let her know that you will not be horseback riding when you get to
No,
Trinidad.
not really. No, don't make me. So,
I won't, don't please.
One
Rita.
thing about it, it's maybe been 60 years since I've been horseback riding.
Well, I'll let her know. And so, you know what? She just did the group in December and everybody was like you guys, right? Same age. So we actually did some changes because some parts were not conducive. So I think that this trip that you're taking is going to be nicer because she got a chance to to do the trip with our age range. And so she's going to make it comfortable for you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, not like that's my only worry that I have to go on a horse. So
Yeah, no, don't be worried. We're not going to make you ride a horse.
you
Okay,
can find me up there, right?
so Robbie, you were asking about the money. So here's the thing. Everything is, you can use USD. I know we talk about the coop and the coop here, but this is, all right. It's all USD. All you need is USD. But you're not going to be able to use credit cards at all. So no credit cards. So this is what we gave a little bit of a,
Could I get any Cuban money?
you're not going to need to.
Okay, so I could just, I need to take small numbers, though, small denominations, right?
Yeah, yes, because here's the thing, because now the way that their currency, so after COVID, their currency collapsed. So they had two currencies. They had one that they used with foreigners and they had one internally. Everything collapsed. So they're just taking euros and they're taking USD. So they'll take your money. So if you wanted to tip somebody something like $1 or $5, they're going to take it. There's no question. And you don't really have to change. That wasn't the case before COVID, but now you're able to give USD.
And Tammy, if you buy in USD, do they return it in Cuban currency?
You have to ask when
Okay.
you give it to them. Say, are you going to give it back to me in Cuban or are you going to give it to me in USD?
Thank you.
You have to ask. And again, Carla, all of the places that you're going, she's so plugged in. Just ask her as you go, hey, what if I give somebody money right here, right now? What should I do? She'll help you out with that. But you have to have cash, and you can see in the big red lines here, we put some sample prices so your own personality. Like if you're like, I'm not a shopper at all. So last time I was there, I bought a little bongo drum. I think that was pretty much it. Some books, because I read Spanish, so I bought a couple books. I was studying up on Che Guevara. But rum, cigars, artwork, everything's pretty inexpensive. So I just think that if you know yourself and double what you think you need, because here's what's not going to happen. You're not going to get money anywhere in that country. So if you run out of money, you run out of money. There's no option. So unbelievable, hard to believe. There's no options. You will officially be out of money. You'll have to be asking your fellow travelers. So you can always bring your US money back. Nobody's going to stop you, but don't cut yourself short. Yeah, so bring,
What do you suggest? What's average?
I think you should bring $1,000. And so that goes to the question of where you're going to store it. I think you should bring $1,000 because you may buy some things like when you guys go to Fusterlandia, his artwork is amazing and it is more pricey. They'll ship for you. So if you're not an art collector, that's the only place where it's a little bit expensive is Fusterlandia. Other than that, everything else is very under $20, right? 20, $30. So if you bring 1,000, you have enough for everything. Almost all of our meals are included. We have a drink with every meal. You're going to, you have the option to tip Carla at the end. We have a recommendation for that. But I would say, you know, if you're not a shopper at all, maybe you could get away with like $600. But I think if you bring 1,000, you're good. Bring it home if you don't need it, but you're never gonna run out. And I don't think you'll spend 1,000. I really don't.
Okay.
It's so
Oh, by
funny.
the way, Tammy, did you
Yeah.
cut your hair?
That's so funny. I curled it today. I never do, and I thought the curls would come out by the end, but
Oh,
here,
okay.
here they are. So no, it's still long.
Oh, okay.
Still long, Ravi.
Oh, it's still long. Okay.
Yes.
Because you never turned your head so that I could see the side.
Yeah.
I have no
so,
hair now. My hair is about 3/4 inch long. So,
so you're paying attention.
oh,
Um,
we'll get back. Yeah. So,
So, all right, guys.
okay.
So, under general information, it's definitely gonna be warm. You're there in March. I live in South Florida. It's tropical. It'll be hot. You know, it's you should bring your summer clothing. There's nothing fancy except the night that you go to Tropicana. Tropicana is bring a cocktail dress. Guys, you don't need anything fancy. You don't need a jacket and a tie, but definitely like it could either be a top with a button down or a polo shirt with slacks, but maybe a little dressier. Girls, you should dress up that night. It'll be fun. You're going to be picked up in classic cars. We're going to take you to dinner, and then you're going to go to the show. So dress up a little bit nice. This isn't New Year's, so it's not as fancy. It's not formal, but people do dress up for Tropicana.
Tammy, it's Leah.
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a couple of questions. What is about the small gifts for locals?
Sure. Yes. Okay. So only if it's in your heart, because we talked about the state of the country, it's communist. About 80% of the population in Cuba is supported by somebody in the United States. The black market is alive and well, but they pay
Oh,
dearly
wow.
for everything. And then there are some things that they just can't get. So we had put some suggestions in here. This is on
Uh-huh.
page 12. And you know, when you bring it in through customs, you're not going to be questioned about it. The Cubans that are returning, you'll see the line. They have to go through a big long line, and there's a lot of inspection. For U.S. arrivals, it's not so. You can pretty much bring in anything, but we list here things that they don't have regularly in Cuba. So such things as I've had, and maybe if you've been to Jamaica, people come up to you and they're pretty aggressive about asking for things, but that's not the case in Cuba. They really don't. That's why we say you kind of need to be discreet, because Carla will tell you where you're able to share the items, because people don't usually come up to you. But as a woman, things like lotion, makeup, vitamins, they don't have access to those items. So anything that's maybe if you have little lotions from hotels or small creams or mascaras, little things that aren't expensive, razors, toothbrushes, toothpaste, items for kids for school. Another thing here, one of my favorite things about Cuba is the music. They're so talented, and well, because they're on rations, right? So in 1959, when Castro, midnight, New Year's Eve, 1959, Castro, the revolution was in play, and he took over, right? So Batista, who was the previous president, was ousted. And so since 1959, the people that live in Cuba are still on the same ration system. They make $30 a month, and they get once a month a supply of rice, some chicken, some eggs, some beans, some flour, these essentials, and then they get $30. And they have their own grocery stores where they go and they buy additional things that they need. And so Carla will talk about this at great length. So other than that, guys, and by the way, one time, I mean, I've been there many times. And I remember one time I went and we went into the store and we were going to buy some happy hour stuff, right? And we had some cheese and we went to the checkout counter and they said, oh, this isn't on sale until tomorrow. We had to put it back. So like, all right. So it's literally rationed, numbered, counted for. So any little thing that they get is either coming from a family member or the black market. And so sending the money, the family sending money to them so that they can buy things in the black market. So any of the things that I have listed here are great. So don't feel obligated if this isn't what you want to do. Don't worry about it. You're not, nobody is asking you for, but there's always somebody that likes to do these kinds of things. It'll be well received, whether it's for kids or adults. I hope that
And
helps.
Yeah, very much so. And I'll
Thank you.
discuss that with Carla to make sure that I am discreet.
Yeah, she'll take care of it for you.
Great. And the other thing is, can you find out if there's an iron in the guest houses?
Sure, you got it. She just texted me. That's a coincidence. She's like, how's everything going? I go, I'm on with everybody now. So she said, hi. Hi, everyone.
Hi back.
Yeah, so, okay, great. Let's see. So prescriptions, you know, there's a good medical system. One of the things that Cuba prides themselves on is their doctors. Because by the way, Carla, she may or may not tell you, she's got a degree in international law. She's an attorney, but you pick $30 a month or be a tour guide and make tips, right? So she has a daughter and she is, you know, just a wealth of knowledge, but she, like many professionals in Cuba, are choosing tourism because they can make a better living for themselves. But the medical field is definitely excellent. What's not excellent is the facilities, right? So they're so depleted on things. I don't want to give away all her spiel because she'll be talking to you about this. But, you know, if you need anything, they'll do their best. But, you know, try to bring whatever you need. If you have the original container, it's good. Only because if you need to get something filled, if you don't have medicines that you absolutely would be at risk if you didn't take it, don't worry about this section. But if you have something that you're at risk if you don't take it, make sure you bring enough, make sure you bring the original bottle or take a picture of the label so that you have it in case she has to try to get somebody to provide this for you if it gets lost, or, you know, don't put it in your suitcase. That's for sure. Make sure you carry your medicines with you. Electricity is the same as what we have. We talked about the cell phones. Then I think is there anything, so this is a biggie here, like things not to bring in. Okay, so take a glance at that, make sure you don't have any of that. And people always ask, like, what about the cigars? You can bring as many cigars home as you want. There's no limit when you get to the United States. Yes, as long as you're not using it for resale, you're allowed as many as you want. So, hey, bring some cigars for your friends. And I know that Carla has something really special for you guys. You're gonna, first of all, be in Vinales, which is one of the epicenters of tobacco growth and cigar making. So you guys will get to do that. You're gonna have a great day that day. And then I know she's got something when you get down to Trinidad. But yeah, smoke a cigar. The rum is fantastic. We can't get their rum here, right? We get Bacardi and we get all kinds of other rums from other places, but the Cuban rum is really, really good. It's very fine. They age it. If you get a 7 or 10-year Havana Club,
Wow.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And she's going to teach you guys all about that. So take a sip, even if you're not a big drinker. have a little sip of rum, and you can bring some back. So I think you're allowed, I think, but I'm pretty sure you're allowed to bring 2 liters of alcohol back to the United States. So you can bring some rum back, bring some cigars back, and have a little Cuba party with your friends when you return. Just taking a quick look here. If anybody has any other questions, please feel free to voice yourselves. Yeah, I think we covered everything here.
So the only about the travel insurance certificate, I have only like a printout
That's
of my
perfect.
insurance. That's okay. So
Yeah.
then I'm good. Then I'm good.
Yeah, and you sent it to us and we have a record. So if anything happens, we have that. So these are
Okay.
some of the questions. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to check on everybody's text message status. We started earlier in the meeting. I'll do that. If I need to reach out to you, I'll let you know. We talked about the D Viajero, 48 hours before you leave. And if you have any questions, who wants to tell me how you're going to get resolution if you have a problem with the form?
Okay.
March 1st. Call Catherine. 877-765-6874 and extension 708, okay? Because she is the one I'm looking for her number here, or our number, but it's our number, and call 708 for Catherine, because she has been helping our members fill these out that had problems with it. So she's really familiar with the form, okay?
Okay.
Great. You're all going to download WhatsApp. You're going to put Catherine's number in your contacts. You'll put my number in the contacts. Now, my questions that I got from you guys tonight is, tell me about SIM cards and can we use them? We need the addresses for the guest houses. Is there a safe in the room? Is there an iron in the room? Was there anything else that I missed? And Rita, we're going to talk about not horseback riding in Trinidad.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And I changed my flight. I sent the email already. It should be in your file that I'm
Oh,
coming with Robbie in the same flight.
okay,
So
let's see. Oh, it's Robbie. Okay, give me a second. So on arrival flights,
yeah, I will be
Rita,
on the same flight as her. Yeah.
so you're getting in at 1:15.
Yep.
Yep, that's
Right.
me too.
Right. Yeah. So I saw that and I thought, oh, it's a direct flight, and I changed it. I'm like, it's much better,
Okay.
much better. But so I
Well,
sent
I
you the
didn't get a
email.
direct. I
Yeah.
couldn't find a direct flight. Mine was either through Tampa or Daytona, and so I'm going through Tampa.
Yeah. So no, I'm coming from Tampa. So for me, it's a direct
Okay.
flight. So
So
I-
we'll be on the same flight from
we
Tampa
are on
then.
the same flight, Robbie. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I think I probably have that. I'm gonna check because Kimberly gave me an updated yesterday to give to Carla. So it's probably already changed, Rita, but I will,
It should be, yeah. So
I'll
I
double
sent it
check
right
it.
away, yeah. Last week.
Yes. Okay, good. All right, great. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the pin so we can all be here together. And any other questions?
I think we got it.
All right, guys, and if you want a couple minutes, I'm over a little bit. I hope you don't mind, but I just want to make sure I cover. I'm so excited for you. You're gonna dance, you're gonna drink. Oh yeah, the visas. Thanks, Tom. Okay. All righty. Yes, okay, let's do the visas. It's so easy, but at the same time, hold on one second. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I already filled mine out, so I hope I'm okay.
I hope so too, Robbie. There's always one of you. Okay. No, that's okay. It's probably not, it's so simple. It's just that the reason I want to give everybody, we make you feel alarmed about it because we don't want you to just start scribbling it out, because if you do it wrong, they're not going to let you in, and then we have to start over, right? So you're probably fine. Okay, here we are. Was just there, and then I clicked. Okay, thanks for that, Tom. I appreciate it.
course.
Okay, so here is this is so it's duplicated, right? You've got two sides. And so the first of all, you're putting your last name in. That's the first thing. The next box, so you've got Doe and Doe, and then your first name, John John. Then you're going to put your birthday in, and this is where it's a little bit different. They put the day first, and then the month, and then the year. And we're used to putting the month and then the day, so don't reverse that. And then you're going to put your passport number, and then you'll put USA. So you're able to fill out both sides exactly the same, no mistakes.
And don't separate them.
And don't separate them, thank you. Because they will do that. So if anybody wants to take a picture of this on the screen, you're welcome to do that. It's so simple that I get nervous that you guys are gonna just like quickly like fill it out. Oh, no big deal. And we'd have to send another one. So that would not be great. Yeah. All right, everybody have a chance to grab a picture of that or make notes?
I'm good.
Perfect.
It's kind of easy.
I know it is. I know. I really just make a big deal. It's just they make a big, when I've gone, they make a big deal of it. Don't do it wrong, you know, again. But listen, I'm the kind of person, I've been a tour leader for years. I feel like I can talk anybody in or out of anything that I need to. With my name badge, my uniform, and my clipboard, I feel like it. But Cuba, you know, it's Cuba. So, so we got to follow the rules. All right. Well, wonderful, guys. I promise to follow up with this video as well as answers to the questions. And we are here for you. If any other questions that come up, I'll send it from service@singlestravelintl.com. You can respond to that one. Catherine and Kimberly are on the button in that inbox, and they're always responding to you quickly. So we'll do everything we can to get you guys ready, and you know, just can't wait to hear about it when you come back.
Great. Looking forward to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. me
Sounds like a
too.
great trip.
Yeah, it really will be. It'll be a life changer. You know, I know we make that claim a lot, but I know that because we don't get the information here about Cuba that you're going to get when you get down there. So enjoy. We're here for you before you go. We'll talk to you when you get back.
Thank you. This was very informative.
Perfect.
Thanks,
Thank
Tammy.
you very much.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
welcome,
thank you,
guys.
Tammy.
Our absolute pleasure, and welcome to everybody who's new, and just enjoy yourself, and I'll talk to you when you get back.
See everyone later.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. See you soon.
See you later.